Alright, y'all, welcome back to State of the Franchise Gaming, and today I'm going to bring you a series of videos over the next 2 weeks or so celebrating black baseball players from the Negro League era all the way up to today and some potential future good to great players in the coming years. Now, if you've paid any attention to baseball in the past 20-25 years, there has been a decline in black players, from the 1980s. Or it's actually 1970s, where about almost 20% of the league was black, to now it's probably closer to about 8 to 7 or 8%. Not a lot. I mean, there is a lot more interest in other sports. Baseball doesn't really lend itself to being a superstar straight out of the gate. So when you get drafted, you gotta wait a while before you can really become anything worth a damn, unless you are absolutely top flight of a player, or you are an international player and you happen to go the route of they sign you as an international free agent and you somehow come up from there. So there's a multitude of reasons as to why baseball is quote unquote lacking in black stars. I don't necessarily agree with it, but I do see where the issue is. Let's be real. Anyway, I did a series like this on Twitch last year involving more or less current day players in MLB The Show 20. I do still have the full length video of, I believe, the World Series, or actually the ALCS all the way through the World Series. I'll probably throw some snippets into this as I see fit, but that was just current day players. Now, I'm expanding this out even further to the differing eras that I feel really represent baseball. Really just the decades for real. Alright, we've got pre-70s, which we are doing today. We got 70s, which will be one of the next ones. 80s, 90s, 2000s, the 2010s, current day, and the futures, which that should be interesting. Anyway, let's take a look at the rules of how we're going to do this, and let's be real. I've turned everything off because, listen, back in the days before Curt Flood, helped usher in, free agency and get rid of, teams holding rights to their players, just for their entire lifetime. Not really a lifetime, but like their entire playing time. There were no trades. So there will be no trades in this. Also, we all know how MLB The Show's trade logic works. It doesn't. There will be no DH, as the DH didn't really come to baseball till about 1975, maybe a little later than that. No extra innings runner because I don't care about that. Now, granted, this will be a sim, so we may not see very much gameplay. If anything, we'll see it in the playoffs. And I've turned everything else off. With that being said, let's take a look at the roster. All right, here's the MLB roster. We're not gonna have any injuries, and I've turned the frequency of trades off completely down. We're not gonna worry about any of that. Here are the legends on the team: Henry, Hank Aaron. Need I say more? Same goes with Bob Gibson, 99 overall. Josh Gibson, Black Babe Ruth. Say hey, Willie Mays. You know what it is. Willie McCovey. So damn nice they named the body of water after him, even despite the fact that Barry Bonds has probably put more balls in that damn water than anybody else in history. Granted, he played there. Jackie Robinson, less needs to be said. Roy Campanella, also one of the greatest catchers of all time. Artie Wilson, two-time batting champ. Monty Irving. Satchel Paige, who I don't think actually started pitching in the MLB till he was like 32. I'm almost 32. My arm would fall off if I tried. All right, Ernie Banks, one of the great young shortstops. Well, young, he's old and not alive now. What am I talking about? But one of the great shortstops in game of baseball. Larry Doby. I believe he was the first AL player to integrate into baseball. Sam Bankhead, also a damn good shortstop, middle infielder. Don Newcomb, one of the first 20-game winners in baseball that happened to be black. Willie Wells, also a damn good player. George Walker, Jimmy Hill, Ted Radcliffe. Hear me out on this. I know relief pitching was not a thing back in the day, but I needed relievers, and I didn't want to put, Jamal Randoms out there. So I just kind of went through the roster that I plucked these guys off of, which was the ATG post-war roster, which you can find in the vault if you search the online ID 8TG_baseball. Some of these guys were actually starters, and I just said, screw it. Let's just get some random guys in there, just to fill that out and, make it complete. And lastly, Turkey Stearns. I forget why I honestly forget why I put him on there, but I think I found something interesting about him. But no, he was a damn good player. This is not doing him justice, as he's 45 years old and is probably going to end up in the tank by the end of this. But, we'll hopefully get him an honorary, World Series ring. Now, I will simulate through this. How I'll do it, I'll simulate to the All-Star break and the Home Run Derby. If we have any participants, which we should, let's be real, we have Henry Aaron here. Again, if any of these guys actually qualify for it, I'll show it, especially if somebody makes the final. And then I will simulate to the playoffs. Hopefully we make it, and we'll see how things play out. Hopefully we win a championship straight off the bat. Now, let's get into it. All right, we are one game before All-Star week, and our Homestead Grays lead the NL Central 54-35, up by 6 games over the Brewers, Cardinals, Reds, Cubs. And we should be pretty well set to make the playoffs. I'm not too concerned about any of the other teams. Let's see how the All-Star festivities go. All right, Marcus Semien leads all home run leaders with 32, followed by Willie McCovey, Josh Gibson, Hank Aaron. We've got Nicholas Castellanos, who's showing his face in this. Giancarlo Stanton, if you didn't know, is actually, I believe, like a quarter black. Mike Trout and Luis Robert. I still don't have an exact idea of how to pronounce his last name. He might be at this point accepting either one. We'll see. Anyway, we'll see who makes it to the final and how things play out. Alright, let me know in the comment section who you actually think will win this. To be honest, Giancarlo Stanton is dangerous. We'll see how it plays out. Alright, after one round, on one side, let's see, Henry Aaron has actually been eliminated, and they've already skipped past who was supposed to be making it. And I'll pull it up again. Alright, Semien is advanced past Robert. Castellanos has actually beaten out Hank Aaron 8-7. And on the other side, it is a Grays finale. One of them will make it to the finals, and they'll face either Semien or Castellanos. Right, Castellanos just beats out Marcus Semien by 1. Still not sure how the hell he did that. But Josh Gibson will be facing Mr. McCovey, and we will actually see that play out. He had 4 in the first round, 455 long shot. See how things play out. Again, I am not playing this because, listen, I'll always win the home run derby, so I don't even bother. I'd rather watch it sim out. It's actually a lot more fun to watch. And Josh Gibson is just not swinging. Oh boy. I think this has to do with the created player glitch, where for some silly reason, created players, Joe Randoms, whatever, if the CPU is controlling them, we'll just jump to the end of this. The CPU is, if the AI is under control of them, unfortunately, they don't swing. I don't understand why, because I've tried this with Joe Randoms, and none of them swing either. It doesn't make sense. Like, I don't... Whatever, let's get to the end of this. And Nicholas Castellanos, unfortunately, wins it. He beats Willie McCovey by 2 home runs, despite the fact I couldn't ever actually show you anybody hitting a home run. Congratulations to him, though. We're not going to knock him for that. Anyways, let's get to the playoffs. All right, as we cross the September 1st deadline, the Brewers are 4 games behind us. They've been tailing us the entire season. We got to hold them off in order to make the playoffs and avoid any wild card ramifications, which we would actually be somewhere around here. Hopefully we make the playoffs. We should make the playoffs. Come on. This is greatness. All right, this season ends in 1 week. We have almost 100 wins. We've already clinched our division. So has the National League West Dodgers and the AL East Braves, all of which are either have 100 or near 100 wins. The wild card still being battled out between the Phillies, the Giants, and Padres. And we'll just jump straight into, actually, we'll get to the end of the year, look at the award winners and statistical leaders, and then go from there. All right, it's looking like Willie McCovey is actually going to beat out his teammate Henry Aaron for the MVP. Hasn't been officially decided yet, but usually these stick even if you haven't gotten past the end of the regular season. Cy Young, Jacob deGrom looks like he's going to beat out both Don Newcomb and Bob Gibson, which honestly is probably a testament to how great Jacob deGrom actually is when his Mets actually give him run support. That's neither here nor there. I don't watch Mets baseball. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyways, batting title looks like it's also going to go to Willie McCovey. Willie Mays is about 28 points behind him. We don't reliever of the year. Nobody cares. Rookie of the year doesn't count. Henry Aaron actually doesn't win his own award. Willie McCovey looks like he's going to take that one over Bryce Harper and Willie Mays. Do not knock the greatness of Bryce Harper. Please don't. All right. Let's see. Gold Gloves, nothing. Ozzie Albies wins one, but he's not on our team. At least he's not on this version of the team. He will more than likely be a part of the quote-unquote current day team. As Curacao is a Caribbean island, and listen, he's black. Let's be real. Anyways, Manny Machado, shout-outs to him. Winning the third base Gold Glove. Dansby Swanson. We actually don't get any Gold Glove winners, which is actually kind of surprising. All right, Don Newcomb wins the Silver Slugger for pitchers. Let's be real. Remember, there is no Silver Slugger. Wow, there's not supposed to be a DH. I don't know what. Okay, whatever. I turned off DH, so I don't know why it ever didn't register as such. Anyway, Josh Gibson wins Silver Slugger for catchers. McCovey wins it at first. Albies gets it at second. Arenado at third. Ernie Banks gets ours for shortstop. Henry Aaron takes one in the outfield. Willie Mays takes the other. Bryce Harper takes the other. And we've yet to play out the postseason, so we do not know who will win these awards yet. Let's simulate and see how things go. All right, in the postseason, we will be taking on the Dodgers, who have we have 103 wins. They have like 108. That is probably correct if I could just find it quickly. 105 as a matter of fact. So let's see how things play out in this series. Let me fix this lineup first. I don't know why it's off. It shouldn't be. All right, game number one. We end up taking the loss 7-6. Game 2, and this is quickly looking like it's about to be the end of the video. Oops. All right. Less quick manages to see how things play out. I forgot to put the G as their label. We will play at Busch Stadium, so if we do jump into this is where we'll be. Not that Busch Stadium. This is a Busch Stadium where I believe the last Negro Leagues baseball game was actually ever played. I'm not going to touch whether it's... Wait. Sorry. I need to go to quick counts because, well, I don't think we'll want to watch pitch to pitch. All right, let's play ball. Let's see how things play out. I've actually decided to put Bob Gibson in as a starter. Let's see, gets a pop up. All right, we get out 1, 2, 3. All right, McCovey walks. Henry Aaron hits a 2-run shot, and we go up 2-0 in the first. Ernie Banks gets on and a flyout will end the inning. A solo shot, bounced back by Seager, and we get out of that inning up 2-1. Hit by a pitch. See what a hit and run hits for. Nothing. Bob Gibson, I'm gonna let him swing. Surprised he struck out. He actually wasn't a bad hitter at all. All right, fly out, and we get back to the bottom of the lineup. Strikeout. Get him out of here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Single by Pollock. Fly out. Caught stealing and strikeout. Banks up the bat. Fly out. 1, 2, 3. Bob Gibson actually gives up a home run. I thought he hit one. To Chris Taylor. Fly out. A single to Muncy. Double play and we're out of the inning. Monty Irvin strikes out. Bob Gibson pops up and a single by Jackie Robinson. Let's hit and run. Why not? And it's a ground out. All right. Gives up a single. We are not going to let him just... All right, double play ball. Good job there. Gibson gives us the lead here in the 6th. Aaron flies out, and we're not able to get anything but a double. Unfortunately, we get out of that inning. I'm going to keep Gibson out there. There's no point in switching him out. I know he's giving up 2 runs, but it's him versus Mookie Betts. And he gives up a single. Pickoff attempt. Oh, man. Will Smith drives in 1. Will Smith the 2nd. Strikeout to Taylor. Seager is out of here on a strikeout, and a flyout will end the inning. Monty Irvin actually still going to face Julio Urias. Bob Gibson gets on with a freaking triple. Are you serious? Don't want a suicide squeeze. Let's sack fly. I said let's sacrifice fly, and we get it. It is 4-3. Ground out. And I'm going to keep Bob Gibson out there. Strikeout. Beckford will be replaced by Matt Beattie. Ground out. Trey Turner gets on with a single, and damn. I'll let him steal if he wants it. AJ Pollock strikes out. It is Josh Gibson's turn. Hopefully we can extend this lead. We'll face Joe Kelly. Oh, Gibson on with a double. Drives in 1. It's 5-3. Should be able to handle this one. Henry Aaron. Fielder's choice. Pop up. Artie Wilson walks for Monty Irvin. He strikes out, unfortunately. Can Bob Gibson finish this off? Let's actually jump into this. I want to see how this plays out. You never thought you'd see Mookie Betts versus Bob Gibson, but hey, let's do it. All right, here we are on a 1-1 count. Mookie Betts, Bob Gibson, my bad. Let's see. And second pitch. Ooh, high fastball, of course. Gibson coming with that heat, 99 miles an hour on the radar gun. Can he punch Betts out? He does, 97 high and in. Great pitch in there, obviously, by Bob Gibson. Take a look at that one more time. Again, the high heat. Remember, Gibson played in there where the mound was flat. There was no, and I believe it might have been closer. They essentially moved the mound back because of him, and quote unquote the year of the pitcher, where they were basically out there just, listen, if you thought strikeouts were bad now, oh man, they were killing people out there in terms of strikeouts. All right, George Walker looks like he's going to close this one out, facing Will Smith. Oh, devastating sweeping curve, coming in very slow. Some of the states y'all live in, that'd be considered slow driving. Gibson calling for something high, and nope. The 88-mile-an-hour fastball, can't get it. Will Smith a very good hitter, so curveball to first on the shift. Wow. Walker able to run over and cover first despite the shift for the pull righty. I don't like that, but I get it I feel like you should only really shift over for lefties. Righties, whatever. If you don't pull it, pull it. Chris Taylor swings and misses. We are going to the NLCS. I know I didn't change the 3-letter abbreviation to what it probably should be, but it is what it is. And I know these uniforms don't exactly look the exact same as the actual Homestead Grays, but listen, I wanted to get the content out there. I'm not even all that familiar with the logo editor and all that stuff, so I did what I could. Anyway, let's move on to the next round. Oh boy, bro. Don't throw your back out, okay? We need you. We need you in the next round. Yeah, so remember when I said we'd be playing in the next round? I forgot we were down 2-1 in the series, or 2-0 in the series before we won that game, so we're going to have a couple more games to go with this one. All right. Banty Thomas is going to get the start, giving up a solo shot to Mookie Betts in the first, and a single, and another one. And finally get out of the inning. We're down 1-0. Max Scherzer is on the mound for the Dodgers. Pardon me, that is my kitten running around the house. The other 2 cats will follow them. All right, Monty Irvin gets on with a single. Josh Gibson strikes out. A fly out to end it. All right, Muncy walks. Sack bunt moves Muncy over to second, and we get out of the inning. Mays versus Scherzer. Error, and he reaches second. McCovey, can he drive him in, he does on a single. Banks walks, no outs, 2 runners on for Artie Wilson. He walks, and now the bases are juiced for Bancy Thomas, who actually ain't a bad hitter if you look at them stats over there. Ain't too bad. Shit, I'll let him swing. He drives in one via a walk. Oh my goodness, 4 walks? Damn, dude. Jackie Robinson drives in one off a single. Actually, off another walk. That's 4 walks in a row. That don't make no sense. That is not the Max Scherzer we are used to. Monty Irvin, double play, a run does score anyway. Oh my goodness, that is like the 6th walk he's given up. Like, this is getting ridiculous for him. Finally, a strikeout ends the inning, but not without us going up 4-1. Thomas on the mound gives up a single. Pollock caught stealing. A double by Mookie Betts, his 2nd extra base hit of the ball game. Single by Smith, but Betts stays. Fly out, runners at the corners. All right, 1 driven in via an error, and fly out win the inning. Willie Mays gets on with a walk. McCovey flies out. Banks double play ends it. Still up 4-2. Sack bunt moves Rios over. Turner drives one in, and you know he's a damn problem on the base paths. Walk by Pollock. 1 driven in by Betts. He's 3 for 3. That's an issue. Oh my goodness, damn. Will Smith takes us deep 7-4. We got to replace Bancy. All right, got to go with somebody else. I'm going to go with, probably shouldn't go with a lefty, but it is what it is. Jimmy Hill on the mound. Gets a strikeout and another strikeout to end it. Wilson reaches on an error. Sack bunt moves him over. Strikeout and another strikeout will end the inning. Muncy gets on with a single. Fly out. Muncy stays at first. Scherzer tries a sack bunt and is successful. Runner thrown out at the plate. Back to the number 3 man in the lineup, Josh Gibson. A single he gets on. Runner. Ooh, Gibson thrown out at the plate. Damn, we really needed that. Hank Aaron. Mays pops out. And ground out ends the inning. Hill is, we're going to let him keep pitching if he's going to do this well. Strikeout and a pop-up and a fly-out. Scherzer, is he going to continue pitching the 6th? He won't. They're going to want Alex Vezia. Strikeout. Another strikeout. Hill grounds out. We got to get some offense, man. We're down 3. Come on. A fly-out. Another fly-out. Muncy gets on via the walk. Rio strikes out. Jackie Robinson will face a different pitcher, Phil Bickford. He pops out. Ground out. Oh boy, we're down in the last 6 innings, man. Let's get a new pitcher out here. Let's go with Ted Radcliffe. And they'll go with Matt Beattie as the pinch hitter. He pops out. Trey Turner grounds out. Pollock gets on with a single, and Mookie Betts, I'd rather walk him. He runs into a fielder's choice. Henry Aaron stepping up to the plate. Let's jump into this, see what plays out. All right, they're going to call on Kenley Jansen, who you will see in a later video in this series. But we'll worry about that when we get to that. Henry Aaron is up to the plate. He's batting 6 for 14 in this series. Oh shit. I'm not supposed to be hitting. I might cut that out. Alright, unfortunately, I somehow didn't get the recording of what actually happened in the 9th. Ernie Banks hit a home run, but ultimately we did not win this game. As you can see, Mookie Betts, player of the game. Bancy Thomas is going to get the loss, and unfortunately, that is the end of this here video. Please tune into the next one, which will either be the 70s or the 80s or the 90s. Depends on how I'm going to chop this up. Alright, I'll holler at y'all later. Peace.